Hahom, bomatum, Mabrika, wakia baba. Thank you, Creator, for this day. Taiwei, Taireku, Taino ti. Yo soy Joel Rosario Tapia, cacique, Turewa Taino Kai of the Cibuco Bayamon Taino tribe. I come before you today to let our members of our tribe, our family, our bands and clans understand what is happening institutionally, governmentally, with the birthright of your people, my people, our family, our children, and our bloodline descendants of the Cibuco Bayamon Taino tribe. In 2015, I initiated a process bringing together my aunts, my Aunt Sibia, my Aunt Damaris, my mother, and other members of the tribe in order to initiate a conversation about our indigenousness that led to the establishment of Cibuco Bayamon Taino tribe, the first tribal trust chartered nation institution for Taino people and Aboriginal descendants in the world founded in trust. There's one other tribe, the Baramaya Guainia, on the island of Borinquen, that shares this status. This is not a club. This is not an interest organization. This is a trust nation, chartered and recorded and ratified in law for the betterment and to hold the future survivability and prosperity of a group of people, descendants of indigenous, Aboriginal, Caribbean people, founded in law. I will read from this to give you an idea about why this is being done and how this pertains to us. To whom it may concern, I am Joel Rosario Tapia, Superior Chief Turewa Taino Kai, a natural-born Aborigine, blood of the Cibuco Bayamon Taino, descendant of Cibuco Bayamon Taino ancestors of the Cibuco and Mahagua chiefdom circles and territories of Borinquen, or Boriquen, contemporarily referred to as the island of Puerto Rico in the Caribbean Sea of North America, Turtle Island. This notice brings forth the legal and lawful standing and status of the Cibuco Bayamon Taino, reestablished by the bloodline of Cibuco Bayamon Taino ancestors, now filed with your office, for the purpose of official notification of Aborigine and tribal standing. This notice is to serve as amendment to the original filing, updated and amended tribal roll, ratified, filed with your office at the Director of Tribal Intergovernmental Affairs, Office of Congressional and Intergovernmental Affairs, U.S. Department of Energy, City of Providence, the state of Rhode Island. So we're talking about filings of documentation of the history of people. Through colonization, we've been robbed of our history. We've been robbed of our kin and our lineage and our birthright, to know who we are, to understand who we are, to inherit our territories, and to live in sync with nature, with our lands. And this is part of the process that is necessary to reestablish that. I will show you so that you understand why this is serious. It's filed originally 2016. We began with 68, with the recording of 68. So look, this is a tribal trust charter, okay? Tribal trust charter, which speaks, whereas, of the Cibuco Bayamon clan of the Taino tribal nation of Borinquen, with our certified numbers, ratifying our coordinates for our territories the Cibuco Mahagua Circle, and by virtue of the authority conferred upon me by the blood heritage of my ancestors, empowered by Sovereign International Tribal Trust Charter, we hereby approve this. So this has been filed already with the United States governmental institutions. And today I come before you to notify you about this. Again, this is not an interest group. This is not a club. This is not a nonprofit organization. This is the first tribal trust chartered for Arawak Taino descendants of Borinquen, bloodline descendants. So we started with 68 names. And this is just an enumeration of everyone that I knew, my blood, my close familial associations of blood, marriage, the records of our people. We started with, it grew to 68, then grew to 110. Today, after the assistance of our tribal secretaries, Ananikai, Bigdalia, Jadira, Rosataina, Denise, and the chiefs who've been appointed over Massachusetts territories, Cousin Lucho, and all of the family who's provided us with the energy and the understanding of more of the history which we may have been deprived of because of environmental racism, because our people had to leave Borinquen, because our people moved for a better tomorrow, because of the wages and the taxation and subjugation through the Jones Act and through legislation like SB 2111, which today is talking about free energy or energy being produced from the lands in Borinquen, but requires no hiring of any Puerto Rican or indigenous Puerto Rican or anyone whatsoever on the island of Borinquen, where foreign corporations can bring in their own staff. They don't have to train anyone, they don't have to train any engineers or hire anyone from our land. This is why our people have been forced to move through natural disasters, through so many problems. So I come to you today to let you know that though we started with small numbers like 68, today I'm going to show you this. An enumeration thoroughly has been done with our family through the secretaries, through the interested family ties and individuals who understand what we're trying to do in their birthright, understand that we are to seek remedy, redress, repatriation for our lands, for what we were deprived of as indigenous members of our family and survivors of ethnocide and genocide, which has deprived us of our birthright and impoverished us in many ways. Today, after thorough enumeration, I will show this. Oh, sorry. After thorough enumeration, I will show this. We've gone from 68 Cibuco Bayamon Taino Tribal Nation membership rolls, the numbers of our people, our own census. We've come to, on our final page of the filing, legal filing, 623 bloodline descendant members of our tribal trust, beneficiaries to our tribal trust, members of our tribes and nation, our clans, your families. I did this, and I initiated this process. And our circle of clan mothers, and our secretaries, and our sub-chiefs, our waribos, our warriors, have gone through our enumeration to be able to today file and notify through public and constructive notice that we stand at 623 descendants, members, families, and clans that are entitled to Cibuco Bayamon Taino tribe membership and protections. So this document allows us, and it's one of the things through our governmental documentation, which we are creating, compiling, and have filed and are continuing to do so, to seek remedy, redress, and repatriation, guaranteed to our descendants and our family through United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People, an Organization of American States Declarations on the Rights of Indigenous People, to deal with ethnocide and genocide and the ramifications for the survivors of these environmental factors and environmental discrimination. So this is to notify you that you are all listed, my family, my Rosarios, my Tapias, and all of the others that are descended from the Kais and our tribal family circles. You're listed here as part of our constructive and public notice, and this will enable our tribe to issue documentation, to issue tribal citizenship certifications, to issue identifications. We're striving for the real ID standard, and we're acquiring the tools, the systems to be able to issue this identification. But what I require from you, my family, is your names. We already have your names, but we need your addresses. We need your information, your personal information, to issue identification. And then to go into your individual territories and notify through proper jurisdiction, proper filing, and proper notification of governmental authorities and institutions that descendants and bloodline members of original Taino people reside in their territories and are entitled under UNDRIP and ADRIP and American law to the same rights, privileges, and protections of other American Indians, to housing, education, medical, and the same kinds of opportunities afforded to other indigenous Americans, because we are American Indians, and Indians are as recognized by another Indian. So I'm taking this opportunity to notify my family and have them share far and wide this video, this communication about the status of the Cibuco Bayamon Taino tribe. And we named our tribe after the Aboriginal territories contemporarily referred to as Cibuco and Bayamon, or Vega Baja, Vega Alta Cibuco, under the chief Cibuco, and under Mahagua and Bayamon, and under our descendancy from those. So please share this with our family far and wide and let them know. We've recorded them in law. We've ratified this under the law, appropriately, legally, with our official seals, notarization, recording, and I'm accountable to this with my fingerprints, with my filings, with my status, and our filing under international law, that we are here, that our ancestors wish to make it known who they are, that we are descendants of our ancestors, and we make it known who we are, and that we are coming to let it be known in each territory that we are, to seek our rights under these international legislations for remedy, redress, and repatriation of our lands, our territories. Again, I thank you, Hahom, and appreciation for being who you are, for listening, for understanding what is happening. I'm accessible, and I would need, like I said, in your individual territories, if you want to seek your right to recognition, your right to remedy, redress, and repatriation, your right to your culture, your right to your language, I need you to write me an email as family to cibuco.bayamon.chief@gmail.com. Cibuco Bayamon Taino.chief. CIBUCOBAYAMONTAINO.chief, CHIEF, @gmail.com. Or get in contact with one of our tribal secretaries, Bigdalia, Jadira, Rosataina, or Denise, and have them forward this information to me. Or in Massachusetts to your tribal chief, Jose, Lucho, Waribo, your tribal chief in Massachusetts. And in all of the rest of the territories, in Florida is Walter, cousin Walter Waribo. And in each place that we reside, which is several states, the Eastern Seaboard, California, Pennsylvania, all over the place. But get in contact with your family. Have them forward the information to me so we can start the process of ID issuance to then start the process in your territory of seeking that remedy and that redress, seeking ways for us to maintain our culture, to go against the genocide and ethnocide and environmental discrimination that we have all been subject to. It can only be done if you choose to do it, if you choose to go through this process with me and help to ratify our family's history. And I will leave you with this: responsibility and accountability. Chiefdom is not inherited. We're all inherited to our blood lineage. But chiefdom is earned. We've been earning it. We've been building. And this is all for the betterment of your family and your children. We'll continue to build and to help our bloodline family members who would like to take part and maintain our original cultures and original language in our trajectory. This is not a club for membership. You can't be included in Cibuco Bayamon Taino roles because you're from Puerto Rico. No. This is a matter of tribe, lineage, bloodline, and genealogy. Through our work and research, we've gone from 68 to 624 bloodline. You're already tied in with our blood, our family. So to you, this is your opportunity, your notification, so that you may write us an email. Again, cibucobayamon.chief@gmail.com, or get in touch with your territories, secretaries, and get in contact with me so that we may help to continue to build our tribe, build your bands, your clans, and build our nation to help us to secure our place in the future. We can't rely on the government of the island of Puerto Rico. We can't rely on the government of the United States of America to do this for us. We must do this and claim our place as a nation, secure our place as a family and our history, so we can give the birthright and lineage to our children who deserve it. Hahom.